Hi, I'm Akita, and I'm going to show you how you can take a regular PNG file and actually color it in. And the reason why you would want to do this is because of mockups, making things more enticing and colorful and pretty for people who are buying your things, perhaps on Teachers Pay Teacher or Etsy or something like that. Now I'm going to show you this process using a template that is part of my membership, Printables That Pop, where I offer templates and prompts and training videos like this one to help people create items, printables, games for their shops, Etsy, TPT, educational resources, all that kind of good stuff. And I had a member say, hey, how do we color this in? And I said, okay, that's a good video to add. Let's go ahead and add it. So here's an agamograph. It's shown, like I have a freebie down below, but that you can, like, if you want to grab this for yourself, it's free. But an agamograph is basically like a kinetic sort of piece of artwork where you look at it one way, you see one image, look at it the other way, you see a different image. So they're really cool to make, and they do and can sell quite well. That being said, let's make these more attractive, just like how these right here are colored, and we're seeing some cool stuff. You can color stuff by hand, but you know, sometimes we don't have time for that, or you know, life just gets kind of busy. So what you'll simply do here is you'll go ahead and just take this image. I'm going to use the completed one, the one that a kid might actually be using. I'm just going to go to share up here in Canva, because that's the platform that I'm in right now. And I'm just going to download it, done, and download. And I'm going to show you how to do this using Photopea, which is probably my favorite. I also dabble in Lunapic. It's a great fill paint bucket tool type of thing. It has that option, but I really am fond of Photopea. So that being said, let me open up the tab. All right, so here is Photopea. I have already downloaded, click that out. I've already downloaded the image that's in black and white, the PNG. It has to be PNG. And I'm just going to go ahead and drag it, click up here and drag it down. Now, I happen to have a paid account because it was super cheap to get it on Photopea. I'm not an affiliate, but I kind of like to help out people who create tools that are free that I'm using, just because, like, if it's a really good, useful tool and I'm in Photopea a lot, I like to go ahead and give people their due. So you're not going to see any ads, but if you use this yourself, you will see ads. It's okay. It'll still work. It'll still get the job done. All right, so let me just click on the image. Make sure you have the image clicked. And then over here in the bottom left, you'll see like two little squares. If you kind of hover over it, click where the square is, and that's the color picker tool. It's like two squares right here, like a little, I don't know, arrow there connecting them. So what you're going to want to do is just choose your colors. So you can do it by clicking here on the actual scroll tool. And then if you like it, you can go ahead and click OK. If you don't like any of the options that you have, right here is what we call the hex code. And the hex code just simply identifies what color you're actually using. It's how it's done in terms of like technology and pixels and that sort of thing. Don't ask me too much about it. I just know what hex codes are. So if you don't see something that you like, you can also go searching for hex codes or for a color scheme that you might find more attractive for your image. I'm just going to go ahead and hit OK. You definitely want to hit OK and see how this blue down here in the color picker is going to change this kind of fuchsia bright pink color. Right? So there we go. So that's set. Now up here, you want to look on the left-hand side of the Photopea interface. If you hover over it, you'll see Paint Bucket Tool pop up. Click on that. Oh, sorry. Right click on that, and then make sure you click Paint Bucket Tool. If this is not clicked, oh, sorry. Let me go ahead and hit undo for that one. Hold on. Okay, so to hit undo, I just went to edit and then I went to undo. But I think you can hit Control Z. It'll do the same exact thing. This is just my go-to. All right, where was I? All right, so let me click that, get rid of that one. So now I have this hot pink color. As you can see, it filled up the entire outer portion. I'm gonna hit the Control key and the plus sign just to zoom in a bit so I know what I'm doing. You might wanna do the exact same thing, or rather so I can see what I'm doing. And if you're on a Mac, it's Command and the plus symbol. I'm on a PC. So I have the fill bucket tool that is activated. I'm just going to go ahead and find a spot that I want to color in. Take your cursor, put it somewhere, you know, where you want to color it into, and then click. And I like to get even closer and just hit that Control plus if I'm in these really weird spots, like that are very, very small and awkward. Now you can use the mouse to scroll up or to scroll down if you so desire. It's completely up to you, but you're just coloring it in, just color. Some folks might want to go ahead and do this before you actually split your image for the Agama graph if you're using this particular template. It's kind of up to you. I mean, I feel like, let me zoom out. I feel like it's really a matter of preference, because unless you have this color coded for someone to actually color in, like a color by code, for the most part, Control Z, get rid of that. For the most part, kids are going to color, or the people who are coloring this in are going to do whatever they want. So I say go for it, be creative, even after the fact. All right, so let me show you how to switch up the hex code. So I'm going to go back over here to the color picker on the bottom left, and then let's just say that you don't like any of the options. There's a website that you can go to, and it is called coolors.com, COOLORS.com, excuse me. And if you scroll down just a little bit, you'll see Explore Trending Palettes. That's my favorite spot to go, just to find cool things or cool color palettes that might match up with your design. So if you're doing like a Mother's Day sort of thing, maybe rock out those pinks, something more Earth Day-ish, maybe go with the green. I mean, it's kind of up to you. At the top of the page, there's a search bar where you can search according to gradient or how many colors you want in the actual palette, or maybe you want like a wedding, you know, in terms of wedding topics. And then it just goes ahead and it changes for you. So it gives you basically what you want. Here, like wedding color palettes. If we don't want that, we can go back up here and maybe do a tag for nature and maybe end up getting a bunch of green stuff. I mean, it's kind of up to you. But whatever you choose, let me just go ahead and grab. All right, so you hover over the color that you want in the color palette. And then notice how the hex code just kind of appears. If you left click on it, it copies the hex code. And then you go back to Photopea. And then over here at the very bottom of that color picker box where the little hashtag is, you just go ahead and you paste in the hex code. And once you've done that, you just kind of hit enter so it activates the color that you want, and then hit OK. And you're ready to rock and roll. Bucket tool is there. Let's go ahead and color stuff in. And you just want to make certain that, here we go, that you stick with the spots. See, I'm playing it risky here because these are very small areas. So you hope that you don't click out of stuff that you're not supposed to click on, I guess is the thing. But notice how it's rocking out. You can get your color palette from Coolers, go to Photopea, decide what you want to do, hit that color picker tool, hit the paint bucket tool, and you're basically ready to rock and roll. Now, when the time comes and you actually are satisfied with what you've done, all your coloring, what you can do is go to File. Let me move my head, sorry. Go to File, Export as PNG. They have lots of different export options. I'm just going to go with the PNG. And you don't have to change anything around too much. Just go ahead and hit Save. And there you have it, your colored version. Now in the mockup option, there is a Canva mockup link in the freebie as well, or in the Agama Graph Lab is what I call the freebie. Here it is, and I'm here in Canva now. Let's go to Uploads. I'm just going to drag the image that I just downloaded into the Uploads portion so it does what it needs to do. Click there to put the image into the frame, and here we go. All right, so it might come in a little bit crooked. That is okay. If you double click on the frame, you can adjust and click and drag and shrink just by pulling around in the corner. You can shrink the image just a bit to make it fit. And of course, you can go ahead and adjust the frame too, as necessary. Okay, and of course you have like your different hands and so forth that you can use and so forth to make everything look good. Yay! So that is basically it, how you can use Photopea to just go ahead and make a colored version of a PNG. And you can just kind of take that colored version, put it into a mock-up and make it look beautiful and get it ready to entice people to sell. So that's about it. Enjoy and have fun.